Hey guys, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Been a few days since I played. Just had a few other bits and bats going on. Ooh, got the torch out. Don't think we're going to need that at this time of day. So it's morning, and a new day is here, and with a new day comes new things to do. So, first thing we're going to do is, in fact, let's put the old crowbar away as well. Oh, pry bar, I suppose it says, doesn't it? But anyway. So we should be able to go across the river today. Check out this other place. And there's a few other things as well. I need to remember to call... oh, hello. New people. Good morning. Horse-faced woman. Interesting. The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Hold on. You're a cop of the RCM?
Yes, I am.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer? So what precinct are you from? What precinct? She just sighs. Effing deranged lunatic. The sunglass wearing man pushes through his teeth. So we blatantly know these people. You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong. You're the police, right? Cool, so am I. She looks around. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, Judith. Wait, is he police? Me? No, I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and an effing wig. Okay. What are you, the police, doing here? Are they undercover? No, they can't because she's in uniform. I'm just looking out for... No one. The man looks at her. I'm just a man with sunglasses and you are... a policewoman? Yes, her voice is quiet. Policewoman who just wants to do her job, that's all, she says quietly and looks away. Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable. Okay, goodbye.
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects from the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I know, it's intentional.
Like undercover?
The woman in the RCM uniform interjects.
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
Come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with the face in your head. It's similar, but different face. He might be wearing a disguise. Kim, who is this guy? Kim. He shakes his head. I'm not getting involved in this. Cool shades. Are you wearing a disguise? Yes, it's a hobby of mine. He looks at you inquisitively, as if waiting for some kind of reaction or response, something to click. It's not happening there. Who is this guy? I can try to figure it out. There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe a uniform. A nurse's uniform. Yes, nurses, why not? smash that. That was just silly. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop. About what? You don't look like a cop. He inspects you. You know what you look like. Let's try this one. No, the man in sunglasses raises his fist. You will not start blabbering about that asshole. Now, will you answer some questions for me? No, he says calm and just keeps staring at you. Why not? Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and effing do yours and solve this damn hanging? Talk about something else then. Or the man with sunglasses raises his index finger. We could go back to doing our jobs. This was stupid. Okay, see you around. Watch out for yourself, loser. That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing? Wait, your voice, I recognise it. Oh really? I wonder where. Lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there. That's the where you remember me from. Yeah, I have a bit of memory trouble. You don't say. He turns away from you. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole. Who's this guy now? Smoker on the balcony. Ah. Hi again, Dami. Another rendezvous. There he is again. The smoker on the balcony, right here in the whirling in rags. Hi. Hi. So what brings you here? Met your Sunday friend. You did? A small smile adorned his face. And how did you like him? You're right, he was magical, magically bureaucratic. I told you he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. What are you, you two? Friends, I told you, Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time. What does it mean, a Sunday friend? He sighs. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. Is that even a friend? It is, on Sundays, he smiles. Who is he? A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, Gandame. He smiles and his smile seems melancholic. He can always return. Return where? To his opportunities in the Occident. Sur la clef. Still, he breathes in and keeps his lungs filled for a moment before letting it out. He's coming and going brings some life into the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. He stares at the bar. Don't want to talk about other people want to talk about you. I don't really want to talk about him, but whatever. What are you doing here? Admiring the atmosphere, he smiles. What about you, officer? Don't know what I'm doing here. I just go wherever life takes me. Maybe you should figure it out, detective. Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime. Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building asking questions. What did he look like? Muscular, handsome, he shrugs nonchalantly. Strong, like one of those military types. Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits? Oh, let me think. He turns his eyes upward in recollection. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely orangeasy. He closes his eyes. No, not vaguely. Scratch that. He sounded definitely orangeasy. Was he alone? Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. His earpiece? Yes, you know, those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear. What was he saying? Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. And what did you tell him? Nothing. I didn't see anything. And he believed you? Why shouldn't he? Did you tell him about your friend? Takes another drag of his cigarette before knitting his brows. What friend? Your Sunday friend, the witness. No, I don't think it came up. Thanks for the information. Okay. Bye-bye, Gandamit. Security guard with an earpiece. Okay, brand new day. Let's call this person first of all. Pick up the radio. Heard back from the ICP about the serial number. Yes, the armour was produced by, she looks at her notes, Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, Solar Clef in 42. It was part of a special order for Cordy Pharmacy, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Orange Daisy pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. She browses pages. So, it seems the ammo went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Cordy Pharmacy has been renamed several times over the years since the ammo was issued. I'm guessing one of its names is Krenel. Yes, she seems glad you guessed it. That is the most recent name the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. You hear fingers on a keyboard. No, they were called Sediment. And Somata Sensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years. A suit of armour like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted. Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it though. Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armour this was. Sure, call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. Okay. Bit by bit on the radio. We like this. Oh. Cool. I'm done with the radio. Close it out. Beautiful. Alright, let's get this G-dang bridge down. Oh, these new guys as well. Who we can't seem to talk to. Okay. Is something gonna happen? Pull the lever again. Okay, you grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk, then the water lock starts moving. Science! Beautiful. Alright, the lieutenant looks across the canal. We can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks. If you want to forge that document for Everard, now you can. Radio relay, how much electricity? Okay. Ooh. Piece of candy. Okay, let's get the pry bar out for the box. Okay, so we got somewhere over there, somewhere over there. Let's just have it. Oh, I thought that box was going to be openable. Maybe not. What was that purple thing? Oh, did I get it? Okay, cool.
Yes?
No, okay, sorry. Box. Nice, we need that. Oh. +1 empathy, -1 logic. Oh, so we can't seem to get on this side. I see. Okay. The smallest church in St. Sains. The organ starts playing simple melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A learned singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in St. Sains, surrounded by an even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know that this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trashed your room to... that class who told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit, then the tape stops spinning. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could. Of course you could sing this. You could take us sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it, only one obstacle stands in your way. What? Garter. You have to convince Garter to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself, let the pain out, make everyone understand. Lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything. We're gonna have to do it, aren't we? It's gonna be horrific, but we're gonna have to do it. You can't have something like that and then just let the opportunity go by the wayside. Okay, so that was an area. Oh. Oh, hello. So this is the car, I guess. Banged up fuel canister. Sunken motor carriage. The banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the inshore Indian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels and the engine remain visible. Remember the tyre tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading. So this is where the tracks were leading to. It appears to be so. The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate. I agree, the lieutenant replies. His eyes never leave the sunken vehicle. We should definitely investigate. You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. How long has it been here? The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. He leans forward to peek into the cold water. My guess it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. What is the make of this motor carriage? Can I see a logo? The logo is too deep in murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by. Run your hand over the cold metal. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in this salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. What should we do? Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. Great idea, then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket, a joyrider jacket. How long will it take for the low tide to come in? I don't know, an hour or 2, tops. Okay, sit on the swing and wait for the tide. Oh. Okay. As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Yeah, let's whistle a tune. Oh, what? We had an 83% chance of succeeding there. Game. Odds. Broken much. Oh well, I have cheated it a few times, haven't I, so whatever. Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound there. Lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away. Very funny. I can't whistle. Just keep at it. It will come to you. He's gloating at you. Oh, it's so easy for Mr. Teacher. With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful melodic trill that puts even the insolent Dick Thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. Okay, that's way better than what you did. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion. So was your dad also, you know... My dad and mum are both half Sealite. I don't know who my mum or my dad was. Clouds on the horizon grow darker and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass. You have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company. Who would you choose? Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organisation and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place. But if someone puts a gun to your head, your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass. Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side? Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for? It's as if he knows what it stands for, but he wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle? 41 in his rank. 41 her street racer. Must be Tommy 41. It's like the factory made a mistake and actually called this one Cooper 41. District something, a precinct, something municipal. Oh, is this my car? This has got to be my car. You know, we might have done this. We somehow involved, which is why we got so out of it. Maybe we're not absolutely guilty, or maybe we're not like the person who committed them, but we've got something to do with it for sure. Oh God, no. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry. 41, precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach and the most terrible feeling comes over you. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No, just no. Say no to this, Harry. My God, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea. Yeah, let's heal that up quick, smart. I'm afraid, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then you drove your vehicle into the sea right here. The badge, the gun, and now this. Lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. Maybe I was in pursuit of someone. Of whom? The lieutenant looks skeptical. I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. They're not going to take me back after this, are they? People are more valuable than machines. He's trying to cheer you up now. Training a police officer is even more costly. People, yes, but not you. Well, at least we can see what's in there now. Find the traffic hooligan. It was us. Yes, let's go take a look. Go to your inventory and interact with the item by clicking the interact tab and then interact. Oh yeah, we've got this thought completed, didn't we, during that? Kingdom of Conscience. Learning cap for volition raised to 5. Moralist dialogue. Options heal 1 morale. And learning cap for logic raised to 5. That's pretty cool. I don't know where we were at before, but still pretty cool. We don't have any skill points, do we? I don't think. No, nothing yet. Volition, skill cap raised to 5. Yeah, that is pretty good actually, because we were struggling with something that was volition before. What was it telling us to interact with? My badge and my jacket. And +1 shivers. What does my jacket do? Yeah, mum. Heck yeah, we got his jacket back. So, I think they're now one physical instrument. That is kind of good, actually. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Kind of slightly getting a little bit more respectable as we go. I don't know if that's a good thing or what, but hey. Alright, is that it? Jacket. Well, at least we got his badge back. Have you got anything to say about that, Kim?
Yes?
No. It's over here. Click the button. Can't get out to any of those, can we? This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit, cigarettes and empty bottles, all evidence it. Hold up, don't you mean the scene of the crime? Not as such, I'm talking about what came after the party scene. Yeah, it sure does look like a lot of folks partied here. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose eye sculpture or a chocolate fountain. Hey Kim, looks like we've had a couple of party goers here. Looks like it. This is some kind of theatre to them. A circus production by a great clown. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and nods. Hey, let's keep moving, detective. Okay. Is there anything else up this way? I can't get on to those rocks now. Footprints in the snow lead away from the accident. Seems to walk very confused or drunk out of his mind. Let's just have a look at this stuff over here before we go that way. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Great news, the boat is big, enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. Wait, what would I be doing under there? I don't know, sleeping? What do people do under boats? This is merely a measurement from your visual cortex. Do with it what you want. Great news, I found somewhere to sleep. Huh. Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation. You have a home, somewhere all cops do. When this is done, you can return. Yeah, of course. Of course, my home. That place I totally remember. The underside of this boat has recently been tarred. By this person, maybe? Oh, hello. Didn't realise there was a hole. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves and a forgotten chair. might need the old, the old torch here. Let's get it out. Torchlight. Hello. Postcard. Nice. See a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. I do love the light when you've got the torch out, it's really cool. Oh no, don't talk to him.
Yes? Yes?
Oh my god. I just want to shift around a little bit just to see if it... Oh no, don't talk to him. If there's anything else in here. Don't look like it. Get a sick postcard though. Job done. Mystery solved. Yeah, that just leads back down to the beach. Oh, yellow. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrums filth from the fabric. Cinder blocks charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. Oh, hello. Bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. No, it's going to take us all the way around for that. Hang on before we go there. Alan Verson. You see dust covered linen, just dried tulips on a bed. White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. A wetting stone, well worn and covered in rust. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Yank. Oh. Nice, nice. Getting close to enough for the room. It's good stuff. See, it sounds legible below the graffiti. Okay. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty. We've heard about that before.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here? Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here, and we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then, which you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat. What kind of ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
If I'm considered ill omen, why hasn't anyone told
Maybe
me that?
you're afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, mister. Call me Harry. Well, why, I guess I will, Harry. Aye, it just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad, but dumb as a rock. What happened to him? He did too many narcotics. So many he fell off his boat and split his skull on a boy. She rubbed soap off her hands. Folks who saw it say he cracked his head open like a melon. Nasty, nasty. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. Because she's blind, which she seems to have forgotten. Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinderblock town, she nods with a wrinkled smile. I know what goes on around here. She's being evasive, she knows something. There was a murder in Martinez, he points east. She might be a suspect, we would appreciate your help. Would you now? She turns to him. I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. You know something, we're here to help. Aye, that you are. Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organisation. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon. She shakes her head. Okay, I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else? I see, ma'am. Lieutenant turns to you. Hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. Ruby was here. You know it. You need to look into these shacks, especially hers. What's in this fishing village? Just us? She sounds tired. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. What do you mean? This is pretty much a non-place, she grins. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. There's got to be something here, tell me. She waves her hand southwest. Over there you can find more of the same, shacks and trees growing wild. That's the Pox. Pox, what's that? An old military hospital and its surroundings. She looks toward the buildings of the south. Oh, it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shocked veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses, shacks as far as the eyes can see. What happened to the hospital? The goodwill ran out. She tightens the scarf around her neck. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Alright, there's another topic. No, I think that's about it. Hello, mister. A young girl barely 4 or 5 years old sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity. She clutches a stuffed animal. Occasionally she twirls it around. What's that? Pointing at the stuffed bird hanging from the ceiling. It's a grouse, she yelps, smiling broadly. Wasn't Garter, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy? Yes, but what's it for? I don't know. Well, can I have it? Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry. Alright, you just need to grab it from the ceiling and go. Do you know anyone named Ruby? Ruby? Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in, as if she's about to tell you a secret. My mom tells me that I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say L, or like, sometimes I can, but then Kids, the lieutenant shakes his head. Where are your parents? My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad. She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. What's that thing you're holding? It's Lambie. He's my friend, sort of, like. She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate. Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts. Oh, okay. Well, pleased to meet you, Lambie. Lambie usually doesn't like strangers, but you're also fuzzy like Lambie. Or Lammy. Is it Lammy or Lammy? I guess Lammy, actually. Lambie's quite funny, though. I like Lambie. I heard there was a girl here who has armoured gloves. Is that you? Oh, she looks alarmed. I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too. Where did you get these gloves? Found them when... I'm going to keep saying Lambie, it's better. Found them when Lambie and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house where no one lives. I think someone hid them there. Where are the gloves now? She pouts. I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid. She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation. We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business. He enunciates the last two words carefully. Oh, she doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part. They're in my sandcastle, she points somewhere outside, behind our house under the sand. You can break the castle, it's not very good. I want to say thank you or something. Alright, goodbye. Bye! The girl's large curious eyes remain fixed on you. Rough grouse taxidermy. So that's what we use to get in favour with the barkeep and let us do karaoke, I guess. Old barkeep miserable. Okay, so that's where that is. Let's go grab it. Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network. Reach into the catacombs and pull out a shiny object. Fair weather T500 gauntlets, find the Amos gloves. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets. Congratulations, that's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armour collection front. Okay, back this way, there's more to see. So, got a new skill point. What would we want into... We need more physical instrument to take the door down, don't we? Do we have any thoughts? We did the physical instrument, +2 physical instrument. If shirt slot empty. Oh man, we've been missing out here. So take shirt off, and then we should get +2 physical instrument. Right. Let's go to, where's this stats? Is it that? No. 6, and if we put the shirt back on, which itself gives us 1, so that we should have 5 when we put this on, I guess. Yeah, okay, so we're better off without the shirt. Oh, we can put those on for interfacing. It's not great though, is it? With evidence, but anyway. They have been buried in sand and half a dozen people have had their hands on them. Okay. Hi children, have you seen anything strange around these parts, like prosperity? Anyway, the scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. Hey, where's your mum? The kids don't reply, absorbed in the game. Is little Lily your sister? Yes. Yes? Yes. Okay. Yes. You guys look identical. The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of, the obvious fact that you just stated. He looks just like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again. You're bad with kids, the lieutenant remarked with evident glee. And, it's impossible to be good with kids, they're too stupid. I am, yes. Don't worry, everyone is. He looks at the little scruffy and then at you. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything out of here. You seen any bad people around? One of the twins looked up, his mouth slightly open. What bad people? He asked. I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without the parents present is going to crack the case. Bye kids, take care. Okay. Well, you never know, Kim. One of them might say something. I'm just going to steal your money, guys, before I talk to you. Yo, green shirt.
Hey, tequila!
30-something man clad in two-piece lycra tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting. Sorry. Idiot doom spiral. Wow.
Good to see ya. How's business? How's the old reality situation treating ya?
That sounds an awful lot like Mike.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high concept reality based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunuel or leader of the 4th Street gang. Don't know, people tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear you on top of things. Talking about the youth, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
He thoughtfully picks at his shit-stained lycra jacket.
Sadly, things ain't going that well in Idiot Doomspiral land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of arse back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer. Idiot doom spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good high-concept conversation at last. We've seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately. Can't really remember seeing any woman after losing my keys. It's a touchy topic, he hasn't got laid in ages, okay. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, so... What's a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it. It's you're Tequila Sunset. How'd you know this? We've met before, don't you remember? Maybe. He takes a sip from his beer. You look like you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be. You look like you want to hear the tale. Go ahead. Let me take a sip to moisten up my corpse. He takes a big sip, then begins. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset I mean you, the man, the myth. Wait, did we meet on Friday? Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. He takes another sip, then continues. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm I mean the buzz, because as far as I know, all you did was get pissed drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer and then it would be really effed up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's a pretty high concept if you ask me. It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can. What happened then? It was a late Saturday night. when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs. Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard? Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in. Naturally. Anyway, there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. It sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you, right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs. The time hath come. So naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come, to which you replied, time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things. Oh god, what happened next? You really contracted, you jammed the pedal, ploughed right off the jetty and through the ice. Your hands cramp up on the steering levers. We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there though, the carriage just sunk too deep. In this way, you and your motor carriage have a lot in common. Recognising a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we call you that from now on. My real name's Harry. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother. How long did we party for? Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revocollian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them effed you up real bad. After a short while you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up and left without saying anything. Wow, that's quite a story. Yeah, I bet Tequila's a effing legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him. If only you knew. Did I tell you anything specific about the person that effed me? You're pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got effed real hard and that we've all been effed too. No one's effed me, I do the effing around here. Abigail. It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Rosemary, and don't call Abigail. Did I mention losing anything else? Besides your gun and your badge, you said something about your heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. That's a big one. Did I say anything about my colleagues? You told us that they were a bunch of effing losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics though, it's more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Did I say anything about the case? Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. He takes a strong quaff of his beer. And in that you didn't need anyone to do it, you're doing it solo now. A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism. Did you talk about politics? Yeah, he kept talking about how the coal mine owners were effing us all over, just like that woman effed you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve. He takes a long sip of beer. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was? You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who cleared 501 cases. No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it. I don't need to end it here anymore. He nods. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. You seem like you're characterised by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime? Whoop-de-doo, so now I'm a effing storyteller, he says, slapping his knee. Right, why not? Better than a beach bum. Yeah, you want to tell me how you became idiot doom spiral? Depends really. Are you willing to help me out? You might get scammed here. I have a feeling that this is going to cost me a lot. No, the reality of this situation requires a rather modest contribution. A little motivational package. What do you need? Booze. Did you already forget our party? He taps his finger to his temple. The thing I relayed to you earlier? So have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story seems fair to me. I've got some sweet Commodore Red. Classy. He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork through the bottleneck. Before he can start, one of the other bummers interjects. Hey Spiral Boy, are you going to share that? Don't call Abigail. Shut up guys, I'm telling a story here. He turns to you. Something happened to you. Something happened to me too. My actual name is George, but around here you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder / junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. Go on. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me, so I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane. That's right, getting a good run in is important to maintaining your physical and mental health. Speaking of, when's the last time you did your laps pork chop? Wait, how many people did you have working for you? 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, potentially a historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours. Did the jogging help? It did. With my trusty Sanzarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit, he says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened? One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets. He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound. His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes. So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets, to stop the jangling, you see. At least that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet very quickly. Go on. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch. Ouch indeed, reality was looking rather grim. Just then, me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard, standing in front of my apartment door. Fumbling with my pockets, I realised that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. You gotta be shitting me. He turns his head towards the skies and says, I wish I were Tequila, I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office. Okay, so what happened next? I rang my neighbours' buzzers. It was late and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of admin, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. He pauses meaningfully. Just then I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it. I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't got into my apartment for years. My girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? He takes a long swig of his drink. Wait, is that it? I feel like some steps missing. Oh, and also homeless as well. Right side, you've got one hell of a story. Wait, is that it? I feel like there's some steps missing. Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now. Why didn't you go to the authorities? Well, at one point they came to me, but you know I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offence, gentlemen. Shakes his head. I literally can't believe it. Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sanseek Lycra tracksuit. You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. He turns his eyes to the bottle. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty this one. I think, yeah, we'll come back to him. But seeing you too, Tequila Sunset. Okay. just going to take a quick 5 minutes, guys, so I might call this the end of this ep, and then I'll just record some more and do another ep. So thanks for joining us here, and I hope you found this interesting, getting to this new island, talking to some new folks, seeing our car, getting his jacket back and all that jazz, and I shall catch you in the next ep. Alright, thank you very much. See you in a bit. Bye.